What's up, guys? It's your boy. Alright, so what are we doing today? Today, I'm going to be doing an installation video for Alpine Linux, so please like, share, comment, subscribe, do all the things. Why am I looking at Alpine? Well, I have a little device coming in the mail. A little 7-inch laptop Reno. And it's, I would say it's restricted specs. It's not the most terrible. It's like 12 gigs of RAM on it. You know, it's like a 2.8 gigahertz processor, whatever. Terabyte hard drive. Like, my idea for it is I'm gonna get something cool on there that makes me feel like a hacker boy. You know, it's got to be no mouse required situation, and I'm just gonna load it up with a bunch of media and then carry it around with me. And it has HDMI out, so I could just plug it into a TV or a monitor or whatever, and I'm good to go. I've got my little portable media sharing slash laptop situation. So looking at this, I'm like, okay, I need something light. I need something that's gonna be nice. There's this guy I know on Discord that's always badgering me about Alpine. First of all, he gives me complete shit about my whole System D thing because, like, I write music, I've got to use certain types of software and X, Y, and Z to achieve this, and System D is just the way to go with that. But I don't know. I guess his complaining got me into thinking about like what I'm putting on to this little tiny laptop, and Alpine's the jig. So, all right, let's go look at the Alpine site real quick. Alpine 80, they're right there. Oh, I've got the caps lock on. Better not have the caps lock. Okay, so Alpine, as you can see, it's a very uninspired website, but I guess it doesn't need to be. Pretty straightforward. You got a bunch of different options here, Zen hypervisor, other virtual machines like ARM processors, Raspberry Pi, NetBoot. I went with the standard x86 version. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You download your ISO, you burn it onto a USB. Me, I'm gonna be doing this in Vert Manager, so we'll add in our little ISO and we'll get the little install going. I would consider this to be a far easier install than something like manually doing Arch or like Gentoo or like any of the other manual build sort of situations. I don't know if you could consider this a manual build because it's kind of just like an install script, but yeah, it works very well. And I want you to pay attention to as when I start this up on how quickly it gets to the TTY. Watch this. Jeez and crow. That's like a sixth or maybe an eighth of the time that it takes the Arch ISO to do that. It's unreal how fast that is. And that's kind of like what's appealing about this. Let me move this over here. Get a little full screen action going. So yeah. So when you get to this screen, all you gotta do is type root. There's no password, so there you go. You're into the machine. You have your root privileges. Now we're gonna jump into the setup. So setup -Alpine. Very simple, right? Now it's gonna start asking me for keyboard stuff. US variant US. It's gonna ask me for a host name, which I'm just gonna do VM because that's what I'm using. So interface right here. This is going to be like your Wi-Fi card or your Ethernet, whichever one you're using. Here, I'm going to be doing ETH. If you're doing Wi-Fi, it is so simple to get it done. It'll just prompt you to, you hit WLAN, and then it scans all the networks around you. You pick the network you want to jump onto. It asks you for the password, and you're good to go. It's not much more complicated than that. There's no WPA supplicant crap or none of that, right? So for the IP address for ETH0 or for, my thing, we're going to be using the DHCP protocol. Thank you. Manual network configuration. No, thank you. So now it's just going to go through, it's going to test the connection, blah, blah, blah. It's going to ask me for a root password. We're going to put in a root password. Make sure your passwords are good, although we're going to be doing something to that root, but make sure your passwords are good no matter what. At any moment, you never know what could happen. All right, so time zone, EST. Am I using a proxy? No, I'm not. If you're using a proxy, you'd put your thing there. APK mirror. You press F. This is going to do kind of like what Reflector does. It's just pinging all the mirrors, and then it's like figuring out which one's going to be the fastest one out of all of them. Looks like we got a couple good ones. A 0.06 right there. That's pretty good. Clarkson EDU. I like always download my stuff from that college. It's so weird. I like always see that. Yeah. This isn't going to take too long. It goes by pretty fast. Alpine, it's like very security driven. It's very, I don't know, like minimal. It's not bloaty. Although I'm going to be doing something very unminimal to it because we're going to be putting GNOME on here. And I'm only putting GNOME on here because the point of this video is to be like, if you're a fucking noob, like if you're a noob, you can do this. This is easy. I'm basically a noob. Think about that. All right, set up a user. We're going to go Danks. Listen, type it again, Danks. And give her a little password. All right. So what is this? Enter SSH key. If you had one, you'd put it. I don't. I'm not going to be using SSH. It's a virtual machine. Open SSH. Not going to be using that, but whatever. Okay, disk to install. This is the point where you need to pay attention because this could be catastrophic if you're running multiple drives. Make sure you pick the right drive. In fact, as a suggestion I have for any hard install on the machine, if you have multiple drives, unplug the drives you don't want to have wiped. Just in case. Just in case. You never know. You might be getting held down and somebody, I don't know, shoot you up with a bunch of drugs and then force you to install this. You want to make sure that that's like such a bad fucking scenario. You want to make sure that, you know, you're not erasing data that you need, okay? So here I'm going to put VDA. For most other people, it'll probably be SDA, or SDA1, or SDA2, SDA3. You get where I'm going. All right. So would you like to use... Okay, so we're going to press the question mark here just so we can, like, get a good view of what the options are. Oop. Okay, so the first option is going to be sys. This is, like, your most basic install. It's lays out the file system and partitioning the normal way. Data, what data does is it's like it kind of runs the OS in your RAM and then it uses the entire volume for storage, which is actually cool if you're doing like cloud stuff, if you're running a VPS or whatever. That's always great. Crypt, that's just for encryption. Cryptsys is encryption on the normal system. LVM, we all know what these things are for the most part. The ones that you want to pay attention to, since this is going to be like a desktop install, is going to be, you're going to want to either use sys or cryptsys. If this is a laptop or something you're doing on the run, like I've said before, please encrypt your stuff. Please use cryptsys on this. But here, for the sake of time, I'm just going to use sys. We're in a VM. I should say, what it does is, when you go to encrypt it, it's just going to ask you for a password. You put in your password. And make sure your password is like extremely long and it has all of the different attributes a good password has. Random numbers and letters, special characters if it takes it. You know, those kind of things make up for a good password. So you use that kind of tactic for setting your thing. Okay, so we're going to press Y to erase all the disk. Ugh. To erase the disk, let's go. All right. Get a little sip of the seltzer. Today, I'm a big fan of Polar Seltzer. I got the raspberry limoncello. This stuff is fire. I've drank this stuff way too much. I buy the, like, what is it, the 1 liter bottles, and I will literally crush a whole liter bottle in a sitting. No problem. I gotta stay hydrated. I gotta stay moist, right? Mm, look how fast that was. It's already installed. Well, we're not out of the woods yet. We're gonna do a couple things. Okay. Look at that. Reboot. Look, we're already there. Nice. So right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna log into root. Oop, I misspelled it. I gotta do it again. Okay. So now that I'm in root, basically what I need to do is I need to give my normal account user privileges, right? And how you do that is do as, or wait, no, it would just be, because we're already in root, it would just be add user, and then the name of the user, which would be Danks, and then wheel. Oop, spelled that wrong. Wheel. So now that adds me to my thing. I'm good to go. I can exit out of here, right? Now, when I log into my account, I have sudo privilege, right? Or privileges or whatever. So we don't need the root account. It's going to be most likely some sort of security risk or something if you get in a bad scenario. So we're just going to lock the account. And the way you do that is you're going to do as, what is it? Pass, WD, I think it's like -L root. All right, we'll see if it works. There you go, it worked. And yeah, that's just kind of, I believe what it does is it deletes the password or it just straight locks the account. And that's what you do with that, right? Now the next thing I'm gonna do is we're gonna install Vim real quick. So do as apk add Vim. Just get that in there. And I'm trying to think of what we do. Okay, so do as Vim /etc /apk /repo, and then I'll tab complete. Thank you. Repositories. Now in here, as you can see, there's a few options, and these are going to be the repositories that you're going to be using to download and install your software. So if I press I to go in insert mode, we're going to take out this little crunch hashtag #, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, we're just going to open it up for the community. And the reason why you want the community repos in here is, number one, it opens up to, like, I think it's something like almost 25,000 packages right now, which is like a pretty good size repo. Nothing to turn your nose down at, let's just put it that way. And yeah, that's also where you're going to find all your normal tools that you normally use on other desktops, other environments, you know, any of your favorite apps, or most of your favorite apps are more than likely going to be in there. And yeah, so that's that. And let's clear. So from here, I want to set up the desktop, right? And I'm just going to go real simple. We're just going to go with GNOME. So do as set up, like, this is so easy. Set up desktop. Right, that's all I need to type. Yeah, set up desktop. And then we're going to pick GNOME for the Gnomies. And this is going to take a couple minutes, so I guess I'll just talk about kind of like the future videos I have coming up. So later on today at some point, I know it's like probably like 2 a.m. or something right now, I will be getting this little tiny laptop, and I'm going to test out Alpine. If Alpine doesn't work out, we're going to put something else on it, but Alpine will most likely work out. I've gotten my sea legs pretty good over the past few days playing with this. I've got my normal setup like 90% of the way there. So yeah, it's gonna be a thing. So we'll probably do that, and then I'll probably just talk about what I plan to use the laptop for, like X, Y, and Z. We might do like some IRL video and not desktop video of me, you know, unboxing it, maybe. I don't know. I haven't fully figured out what I want to do, or if I just want to because it has HDMI out and I have a capture card so I can, record off that. And then another big, big, big thing, which is gonna be a huge thing for me and for this channel, I'm assuming, is Cosmic Desktop. We're gonna be doing some Cosmic Desktop videos, guys. Buckle it in. It's gonna be amazing. I'm not joking you. I cannot wait for Cosmic Desktop. I installed their little test thing on Arch, and I was playing with it, and it was so nice, but it was still missing stuff because it wasn't all the ways there yet. And I'm like, okay, I uninstalled it and all the packages and all that, and I'm like, well, I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait until they tell me it's okay, right? And then I'm gonna install it. So yeah, that's I just can't. I've been waiting for this for like a year. I can't believe it's happening now. I'm just so excited for this. Okay. So right here we're going to reboot, and hopefully, wait, is there anything well, just for being a smart guy and whatnot, we're going to update and upgrade everything. And this is like basically the same as you would do on like Debian. Sorry, my typing is weird right now because my fingers. All right. Yeah, we'll just go look at how fast everything's already good to go. Okay, so do as a reboot. And hopefully it boots into GDM. Damn, that boot it's so fast, guys, dude. It's so fast. It's unreal. Look at this. Oh my goodness. And we're here. And yeah, so it has like a lot of the normal stuff that you would want to. Let's see, console. Like anything, I'm pretty sure any of the big stuff that you would want to use, you're going to be able to find. So, you gotta get the Neo fetch. Can't forget the fetch. There you go. I'm installed. Yeah, and that's how you get Alpine installed with the desktop and everything. It's, like I said, one of the least complicated of all the, like, manual installs. Is this a manual install? I don't know. But, yeah, it's so good. It's so fast. It's so zippy. Like, let's see. Let's just install something that's, like, might take a second to install. Let's see how fast. This is a good metric. Let's see how fast GIMP goes. Bro, are you kidding me? Let's see. Do they have let's see another one. Let's see what Caden Live. Alright, this one I expected to be a little chunky, but it's still going by a lot. Like that's pretty blazing fast, I'm not gonna lie. It's adding a lot of bloat to the to the system. I'm gonna definitely have to run this on that little tiny laptop. I think that's gonna be the scenario. I'm wondering, I should do like a side-by-side one day recordings of how fast this is installing Kden Live compared to other stuff. But I would consider that to be extremely fast. And then, I just bloated out my machine a little bit. We got about, like 857 packages going. Yeah, there you go. Install. Look at that. It's sitting low on the memory right there. 850 MB. Right? That's pretty good. Pretty good. So, if you like this video, please comment, share, like, subscribe, do all the things. Yeah, and I hope you guys have a good day, good night, good afternoon whenever you catch this. If you're at work, hopefully your work goes by fast and you don't have to deal with your boss, because everybody knows you hate dealing with your boss. I hate dealing with my boss. Anyway, I'll check you guys later. Peace out.